You know, the longer this season goes on, the more I'm convinced that it's just impossible to predict who's going to win every Sunday. Holy cow. Let's get into this. Dolphins fans, what's happening? Thanks for coming and checking out the channel. It's Sunday evening, afternoon, something like that. I just wanted to check in here, and I had a few things I wanted to add to the preview for the Dolphins game, and I wanted to cover that here at the end of this video. But to start off, I just wanted to say what happens in the NFL so far this week, which is unreal. I mean, there's so many things that there's no way to predict this. I mean, it's insane. Week to week, the parity is just stellar. Like, you can't. If you have a fantasy league, or if you have a pick'ems league, or anything like that this year, let me just tell you what you need to do. First, you need to take both your hands like this. You need to cross them. Okay? Cross your hands and hug yourself and just tap, say, it's okay. It's okay. We're going to get through this. We really are. You can't even predict week to week what's going to happen hardly. I mean, aside from a few things, but it's nuts this year, which I shouldn't be complaining. It's entertaining football. It makes the season a little more fun, I guess. But, man, it's a good thing I'm not a betting man. If I was running bets and stuff in this league this year, I would be miserable, I'm sure. We know the Ravens beat the Bengals on Thursday night, 35-34. What a great game that was, right? Early this morning, the Giants lost to the Panthers 20-17. I lost that game. The Saints beat the Falcons by 3 points. What in the world? I lost that game too. Up to this week, I was actually doing pretty decent for the way this thing has been going on in this league this year, but not this week. The Steelers beat the Commanders by 1 point. I lost that game too. The Patriots beat the Bears 19-3. 19-3? I lost that game too. The Colts lost to the Bills 30-20, which is about what I was expecting there. The 49ers beat the Buccaneers. I expected that too. The Chiefs beat the Broncos. I mean, barely. Like, how lucky do you have to be? If you haven't watched the highlights of that game, the Chiefs and the Broncos, go watch that game. And then Chargers are losing to the Titans right now. It's 13-7 at half. The Cowboys are losing to the Eagles 7-3, and it's halftime for these afternoon games. 14-6 Cardinals over the Jets. I don't know. It's insane this year. I don't even know what to say. We do have Master at work all over. He's a Patriots content creator, and he's all over X talking about how the Dolphins are in the bottom of the AFC East, and showing the AFC East rankings, which cracks me up because, yes, technically right this second, the Dolphins are in last place at 2 wins, 6 losses. That's 8 games they've played. The Patriots are 3-7. That means they've played 10 games. 3-7, and they're just in third place. And this is where he decides, well, this is the time to start talking smack. What a dork. Anyways, if any of you know who Master at Work is, make sure to head over to his Twitter and tell him how absolutely devoid of intellect he is. I'd expect the AFC East to be shaken up here, especially if the Jets continue to lose. That's going to put them at 3-7. And the Dolphins really need to win on Monday night. I'll say that. They really need to win, guys. I keep looking over at the standings. The Dolphins need to win that game, and I think that they can, and I think they will. I do think that it's going to be a good game. I still think the Dolphins are going to walk away from the from the Rams in that game. I don't think it's going to be, as close as everybody seems to think it's going to be. Um, and I certainly don't think the Rams are going to be able to win that game. Uh, we'll see, though. We'll see, though. I do want to talk about the injury updates here in a second. But first, I wanted to talk about the keys to victory. And this is, these are important. And like I said, if they can do some of these things, they'll have a really good chance of winning this game. Um, we'll start out with the offensive keys to victory. I have 3 for each. For the Dolphins to beat the Rams on a Monday night. For the keys to victory for the offense, there's 3 of them. They're very simple, but they're important. And the first one is take the deep shot. And this is for Tua and Tyreek and Jalen and even River Craycraft. I think he's going to be back, but we'll talk about that in a second. They need to take the deep shot. They have to. They've got to do it a few times. I do think that the more West Coast style of offense, where they're passing short and taking advantage of what the defense is giving them, is a good thing, and it has worked out fantastically, especially with the way our run game has been playing. But they need to take the deep shot. They need to throw the ball down the field a few times. If anything, it'll make the safeties and the corners take a step back. All we got to do is burn them once. Burn them. Take the deep shot. That's the first key, and it's important. Second key, I'm just going to leave this as one of the keys to victory for our offense every single week from here on out. Run the ball. They don't have to run the ball every time. What I would ideally like to see is about half the play calls, right around half, run plays. I'd like to see those run plays net about 150 yards of offense. If they can do that, offense plays better, Tua plays better, everything runs better when the offense runs the ball. If we can do that, we can win. We have 3 of the best running backs in the league. Not the best, but 3 of the best for sure. And even if you don't think they're some of the best, you got to be able to admit that they can take care of running the ball for us. They more than certainly are capable. So, run the ball. That's that second key, and it's very important. So important, I'm just going to keep it up for every single time I go through a key to victory for a game. The third one. Our offensive line has been playing wonderful. It's not something I'm used to saying. It sounds wrong coming out of my mouth. But if our O-line can continue to play stellar, that stellar O-line play, where you can't even hardly complain about our O-line because they're playing so well. If they can continue doing that, and if they can do that in this game against that defensive front for the Rams, we're going to win this game. Control the line of scrimmage. I need to see our O-line play like they have been. Keep up the good work. And it is going to be hard because we're going to be without Austin Jackson. So we're going to have some step-ups and some fill-ins. But they can do it. Our offensive line can continue doing what they've been doing, and that's what I want to see. Let's move over to defense. On defense, these are important for the defense and things that are going to help them immensely in this game. My first key to victory for defense: make Matthew Stafford hurry. Make him uncomfortable. Make him scramble. Make him feel like he needs to get out of the pocket. Get pressure on Matt Stafford. Make him not want to be back there. Make him not want to have the ball in his hands. Make him want to get rid of it fast. Don't let these receivers have all the time in the world to run around and get open. Make him hurry up. Get pressure on him and finish the sacks. That's what I want to see. That's the first point. Second point, safeties need to step up. And I'll extend this from the safeties. I'll extend this to all of our secondary, all of our cornerbacks, all of our safeties. They all need to step it up this week. You're going against a very good receiving core in LA. And you're also going up against a great quarterback. Surging with the ball. So the defense, our safeties in our backfield and our cornerbacks, they need to step it up. No more of these missed tackles, no more of these miscommunications, none of this. They need to play good. And they're going to have some help with the players coming back, so that'll be a good thing. The third one, it's simple. Gang tackle. Everybody get in on these tackles. As soon as you see where that ball's going, I want bam, 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 bam. I want 4 or 5 hits on every single ball carrier. Whether they catch it or they run it, I want 4 or 5 hits on them before they hit the ground. In high school and in college, this was something that was taught, like beat into our heads. Just because you think someone's got a tackle made doesn't mean you don't give up on the play. If they're still standing, hit them. Hit them. Hit them, hit them, hit them. Bam, 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 bam. That's what I want to see. Whenever the Dolphins play like that, our defense is suffocating. And that's what I want to see. I want gang tackles. I want our defense to step up. It needs to happen this week. And if it happens, we'll be looking at 3-6 and step 1 of our 9-step playoff run. Done. It's such a crazy thing to say. As far as injuries go, I mean, we have a lot of players coming back, an awful lot actually. It's actually not looking that bad. Like I said, Austin Jackson is out. Let me check this real quick. Of course, I'm not prepared for the injury report because it went away from my phone, which is stupid. So, forget all that noise. So, we got, for the Rams, Neville Gallimore. You should remember that name because he used to play for the Dolphins here at the beginning of the year. Neville Gallimore is out with a shoulder injury. Rob Havenstein is an O-lineman. He's out for the game. Kevin Dotson, another O-lineman, out for the game. Well, he's questionable, but he's probably not going to play. Cameron Curl, a defensive back, is questionable. Christian Roseboom, linebacker, questionable with a neck injury. Jordan Whittington, he's going to play. He's got a shoulder injury, but he was a full participant. Charles Woods, another DB, full participant. Josh Wallace, another DB, full participant. They have a lot of defensive backs that are hurt. They'll be playing, but they're hurt. So there's one thing to be looking out for. Dolphins injuries. Austin Jackson is out with his knee injury. It's something to watch. It sucks because I had just mentioned previously how the Dolphins had no offensive line injuries short of the one concussion from Teron Armstead all year. And they were playing well because of it. And now that I said that, Austin Jackson is out for who knows how long. But definitely out this week. River Craycraft is questionable. He was a full participant in practice, so I would expect him to play. Javon Holland was a limited participation in practice. He's questionable, and I'm not going to expect Javon Holland to be playing. So if he does play, awesome. But, yeah. Patrick McMorris. Now, I don't know if you remember who this is. He hasn't played all year. He got hurt. But in preseason, he was the guy. He's a safety, and he was the guy that was running around, flying around on the ball, making all kinds of tackles, all kinds of plays, tackles behind the line of scrimmage, a sack, an interception. He was playing fantastic. So Patrick McMorris was a full participant in practice the last 2 days of practice. He's traveling with the team. It says questionable. If Javon Holland doesn't play, expect Patrick McMorris to play. And like I said, he might end up being one of the bigger hits that we had from the draft. I would be excited to have him play. Also, I just kind of want to see him play. He played so well, and I would love to see him on the field. Tyreek Hill is questionable. He'll play. Don't worry about that. Alec Ingold, he'll play. Don't worry about him. Teron Armstead, he'll play. Don't worry about him. Let's see. Julian Hill, he's expected to play. So expect him to play. Jordan Poyer will be playing. Robert Jones, he has a knee problem, but he'll be playing. Full participant in practice. Kader Kohu will be back. That'll be huge for our defense. Emmanuel Ogbah will be playing. Zach Steeler will be back, and that's amazing too. Expect him to make an immediate difference on that defensive line. Tyus Bowser will be playing. Storm Duck is coming back. He's a fantastic coverage corner, and he's a rookie. Coolest name in the NFL, and I'm excited to have him back because he does play well, and he's learning, getting better every game. And Calais Campbell will be playing. So you want these players back for a game like this. It's very important. So I think things are looking pretty good for Miami here. Um, I would, like I said, I would expect Miami to win this game. If they don't, that's the beginning of the end. So, like the rest of the games before haven't been the beginning of the end. But I digress. Like I said, this is step one in a 9-step program to get to the playoffs in the end of the season. So, step one, beat the Rams. Let's see what happens. Um, Miami has won 4 out of the last 5 meetings that the Rams and Dolphins have had. Um, I think this is going to be number 5 or 6. We'll see what happens, but that's how it is right now. That's what we're looking at. Um, Need some positive energy around this team, and hopefully these players are determined, tired of losing, frustrated, and willing to put in the extra work to fix these little mistakes. The last 2 weeks, small mistakes have lost us the game. I'm not going to say the defense lost us the game, the offense lost us the game, but small mistakes have lost us the games. These last 2 especially. So, let's clean up the offensive and defensive mistakes, and let's have a good game. I'll be watching. I got to get off work tomorrow, and as soon as I get off, I'm racing home, and I'm going to watch the game. Might put out a video, might go live, not too sure yet. So, be on the lookout for me, popping up in your feeds. That's all I got. Let's go Dolphins, and I hope everybody has a good Sunday afternoon and Sunday evening. Fins up.